Weep grana weep ninny bong, and welcome back to my channel. And today we'll be checking out Newage's set piece coming very soon. We'll also check out the best looking gaming chairs in history. We check out a pretty buff looking brawn, and finally, as I tell my missus, bigger isn't always better. All this and much more coming up in the next few minutes.
And now the news. Don't touch that dial.
Kicking off today with funbie Studios, who show us what they could do if they really had the reins of power over at Hasbro. Look at that axe. That is a hell of an axe, especially when you look and you put it next to the meek attempt, shall we say, that we get from Hasbro. But oh no, they are not finished there. They also have a sword to match your mighty axe. What do I prefer? Definitely the axe. The sword is nice, the sword looks good, but ultimately, it's the axe that takes my fancy. So, bit of a 2-for-1 here. The sword for the Gamer Edition for your Optimus Prime. Bit of a 2-for-1 here on the funbie Studios. 3D printed. Go print it. If you got this figure, you need that axe. That axe. All about that axe. The best cell shader in the business is currently turning his hands to Zeta Toys Superion, and this has superior results so far. Look at this bad boy, absolutely fantastic. As always, looking like it's just jumped straight out of the cartoon or off the pages of one of the many Transformers comics. The best cell shader in the business. If you think different, you are wrong. Head over to Lek's YouTube channel where he shares all of the stuff that he does. I always link it down in the description. It is criminally undersubscribed and underviewed. Go and watch right now if you want to see how he pulls off all of this fabulous art. Have you ever wanted to give a movieverse Bumblebee a shot to the face? Well, now you can with this bizarre gun game that I definitely think airs on the side of the KO, where you can give him all the shots to the face that you want. Brilliant. I have no idea why you'd want to do this, but it's bizarre. A hole in the head for Bumblebee where you can shoot your balls. Someone out there is going to love this. Moving over to the world of Newage, and this is a fantastic looking set that you are soon going to be able to have for all your figures. It is 35 centimeters in height. The length is around 60, and you can display it and display all of those beautiful G1 inspired figures in front of it on your shelf. I think this is a gorgeous looking set as a back piece, and I think they've done a really good job here. I can't wait to see the image, and I'm hyped. Will I get it? I don't know. Don't know if I have actually enough space for this and my other sets and things like that I have, so who knows? Maybe I'll clear some space though. Next up, we have Dr. WU! Dr. WU! And Dr. WU is working on Planet Galvatron. Yes! More of these, please. I have the Newage take on this, which is pretty nice because it's a Galvatron, but then the Galvatron fits into a Cybertronian shell. This one looks like it's built from the ground up to just transform into a Planet Galvatron. Yes, this and more like it. Please, I need more Planet Galvatrons. I want a shelf of Planet Galvatrons. Fans Toys, make a Planet Galvatron and make it super cool. I would just have a shelf of Planet Galvatrons. I see it. I see how that would look. Rah, amazing. Staying with Dr. WU, he's making a beast box. This is apparently their take on Omega Supreme. I've seen the box or the beast box thing here, but I haven't seen what he looks like as a robot. So yeah, currently alt mode. Next, please. Displate, as I've mentioned, currently doing a lot of Transformers designs, and this is a limited edition sharted glass version. So, we saw the original version last time, and now there is the sharted glass version, which looks pretty damn cool. I went over to their site actually and took a look. There's a lot of Transformers designs there, apart from these couple of limited edition ones. So go over, take a look, and yeah, maybe buy one. So going forward, on to what happened today. And what happened today was we got one of those Hasbro Banned First Tuesday affairs. So this one was really hyped and had it right on the kind of opening credits that this was a Robosen focused Type 1, but really all they focused on was one, and this is the new Elite version of Optimus Prime. Last time we got the flagship version, which is the bigger version, and this is now the Elite version. And I have to say, I think it looks better. I think that the smaller version that they have here actually looks better than the flagship version. The proportions here on the alt mode especially just look like that little bit better because they're compact or more compact, and I really like it. So as I said at the beginning, this kind of proves to me that bigger ain't always better, and yeah, even in the robot version it doesn't look as gappy around the chest area like the other one does. It just seems like it's more in proportion than the flagship version. Let me know your thoughts on this one down in the comments, because this one for me, I know if I'd picked up the flagship version, I'd be pretty disappointed. In all honesty, I'd be like, damn, I need to sell that and get me the Elite version. They then moved on to these awesome looking Transformers gamer chairs. So these chairs are emblazoned with the Optimus Prime image, the Megatron image, or just the Autobot symbol. For me, the middle one can do one, and then I would just get the Megatron and the Prime one. First of all, Megatron one just looks absolutely badass. Purple, black, all over that, Decepticon logo on the back, and the Megatron emblazoned on the front. 100% I would be all over this one. So for me, the three chairs do look nice together, but the Autobot and the Decepticon one, the Prime and the Megatron, are the ones that I would definitely go for. And I have to say, my chair in the office is it is getting a little bit uncomfortable. So maybe it's time to bust out the credit card, right, and get some spending. Megatron, give me chair. Then they went all Rise of the Beasties and showed off a Rhinox, and this Rhinox, actually, I have to say, I don't mind the way that this Rhinox looks. I would have to say that this actually looks quite good. And they did mention about the kind of rusted and more metallic looking figures on this, and with his kind of meat masher hammer. They said it was a Warhammer, but not Warhammer 40k, more just like a meat smasher type Warhammer. I like it. I don't mind this Rhinox. I don't mind any of the character designs, actually, for the beasts. They're some of my favorite ever for this movie because they don't have flesh. I am not a Fleshformers fan. So for me, these character designs look really good. Then we know that the Studio Series is continuing on with this Megatron, and this Megatron does look nice, and also you can attach the gun to his hand to make him look crap, so don't do that. But apparently it's the gimmick that all of them are going to have, that every single bot you're going to be able to remove their hand and you're going to be able to put the gun in its place. But sometimes you can overkill a gimmick, and Megatron is definitely where a jump in the shark with that gimmick. What does look really good though is this take on Cliff Jumper. Yeah, it's pretty much Bumblebee, as always, with a new heat. But doesn't he look good? I think he actually does look very nice. Love the little kind of boxier alt mode here as well. I love the Bumblebee version of this, and I'm really liking the Cliff Jumper version. Then speaking of Bumblebee, they showed this Bumblebee up right here, and then also showed how difficult it actually is to make this bad boy stand up, because they had a lot of problems with this one on the day, but they blamed the fact that they were sat down rather than being stood up, rather than the poor articulation and balance in their figures. It was quite funny. Go back and watch it. Then I don't know if any images had actually leaked before we got to the session, because I hadn't seen any images of this online, or if I did, I have completely forgotten about them. They showed off Brawn. So Brawn is coming to Transformers Legacy, and he looks incredible. This is, for me, the best looking Brawn Hasbro have ever made. I will be picking this bad boy up 100%. The color on this looks incredible. They have got the colors just right. I really hope that when it gets mass produced that it stays looking like this, although I think most of the time when they get to the point where they show them actually on the program or on the live stream or whatever they do, they usually don't tend to tweak the colors after that. So I really hope they don't, because this does look like an incredible bot. Nice G1-esque buff looking Brawn. But what I found super fun is the fact that you can do this with the legs, so that he replicates his actual G1 representations that he got in the toys. Really cool. Great job, Hasbro. It's always nice when you can give Hasbro a little bit of a pat on the back. And they also showed another Prime from Rise of the Beasts. Then they moved on to some figures that are really interesting, but unfortunately are just a few little remodels and recolors and retools. They're going to go back in Cybertronian history and try and be inspired by the IDW and Dreamwave comics around what happened at the beginning of Cybertron. So the first set that's going to come is Senator Shockwave, which I believe is just a slight retool on Seekers, but he's going to come with another take on Orion Pax. I do like though what they've done with the chest for that figure, because it does make it look like it's kind of very IDW inspired, that Orion Pax. So I quite like this, and I also appreciate what they've made that slight tweak with the alt mode for the Seekers as well. So the wings have gone and they're just really thin, and it makes him look a little bit more boxy. It's a pretty interesting, even though they have taken some liberties here. Then they moved on to the second twin pack that's going to be available, and this is Minor Megatron coming with Ratbat. So you can see how they look together. They always do this kind of thing for every single release that they do. There's always some kind of double twin pack that comes, and this one looks okay as well. I think, as I've already mentioned, I do wish they'd just not done quite so much of just a recolor. And also Ratbat is just Scourge, which is a great figure, Scourge, don't get me wrong, and I do like this kind of purple version, but the Heed is the only thing that's really that different. The Minor Megatron, I just wish they'd have invested a lot more time in that one and given us something that's really original and not just a recolor. They even said on the live stream that by reading this comic it made them care about Megatron for the first time. Then care about the damn figure, Hasbro. Yeesh! Plus they're Amazon exclusive. Ah! They then showed off some bots that are coming very soon, and this one was Bombshell that's coming soon. They didn't have any pictures of a new Junkion called Trashmaster, but there are pictures online if you want to check that. At Leader Class, we are getting a Dread Wing. Then we're also getting a Shadow Striker, for those of you who love a bit of Shadow Striker. At Voyager, we're going to get a Bludgeon, which we've already seen a few images of. There's also going to be this Detertus, and there's going to be Bombshell coming as well. And for all of those of you who like the core class Dinobots, and I have no idea why, we're going to get a Combiner Snarl. Okay. So that is everything from me on this Transformers Tuesday. All in all, not a bad fan stream. Probably, for me, there's only really one must-have, and that is that Brawn, and, of course, that Megatron chair. Let me know your thoughts on everything down in the comments, and especially if you now think, oh, why did I buy the flagship version when I could have just got the elite version of the Robosen? And I'll see you in my next video. Alright, see you in a bit. Peace!